What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Y'all already know what time it is, and if you don't, then you better get into it. It's transformation time. So today we're doing blonde taping extensions and a color roots touch up. Period. So as you see here, it is definitely time to remove these tape-ins extensions. It's been about 6 to 8 weeks. My client usually come in around that time because she do have her roots that needs to be touched up. So I am going in and spraying with tape remover. I believe it is Jay-Z tape remover, and yes, there we go. It's Jay-Z tape remover, and I'm just going in and spraying some pieces, like spraying a little section of some tapes first before I actually go in and remove them, because her remover is best to kind of sit for a little while. And now I'm taking my metal tail comb and just kind of separating the sandwiches to get a little lift in one corner, and then I will go in and pull it through, gently pull it through, because you don't want to rip out any hair. Extensions are to help people if they want to grow out their hair and you don't want to take it out. So I'm holding her hair right at the top as I gently pull and separate them two, and then I will spray a little bit more just to kind of release that hair to get off of that tape. And once again, you don't want to just pull that tape off, because then you're causing damage and you will definitely rip out some hair. So you kind of just gently wiggle your tail comb, and you want to kind of comb out any kind of excess adhesive that's on there. If you need to spray a little bit more product, you can, but for the most part you can just easily comb out any kind of stickiness that you may feel. And if you haven't already, go check out my Instagram, my Facebook page. If you like to make an appointment, you can find that all in the description down below. Make sure you check it out, and definitely don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys, subscribe.
Paving this shit crank. Paving this shit crank. Paving this shit crank.
So now I'm just showing you how to actually remove that old tape off of the extension. You want to just gently rub your finger across the extension, and you will kind of see where the tape will roll off, and you want to just rub that all across the top, and it'll easily just roll off into like a little sticky ball, and you can place it either in the trash. See, now there's no hair or no kind of more sticky tape on there, and I'm just showing you again how exactly, you see how it lifted up there. You can just take that and keep on rubbing it, and it'll easily just come off. Now that all of her tape ends are removed from her head, I'm just going to go ahead and clean these, wash them in clarifying shampoo first, and then I will go in with purple shampoo to just tone that yellow out a little bit, due to her having it in for a while. So didn't really tone them or anything, so we're just using a little bit of purple shampoo. But first I'm going to clarify them, like I said once before, and I like to use this bucket to kind of keep everything in. So I don't like to run too much water on it, just because it does get a little tangly and a little bit all over the place. So I kind of like to keep it all together in this little bucket. Also, you don't really want to like scrunch, like you know how you do your hair and scrub them back and forth. You could always want to make sure you just running down the extensions, like I'm doing here, as I'm rubbing my hands down the extension. That's kind of how you want to shampoo it. You don't really want to scruffle it all together, then you're raising up that cuticle, and that will cause the extensions to become very frizzy and won't really last as long as you want. So now I have some fresh water and putting purple shampoo in there so I can do like a dip purple shampoo. Kind of dipping it in there. Sometimes I'll leave them in there for a few minutes just to kind of really further tone out that yellow to get a more icy, ashy tone of the blonde.
Paving this shit crank.
And now it's time to color her hair or do her root touch up. You know, I'm already starting off with my Wella Blondor lightener, and I'm starting off with 20 volume. I'm going to kind of keep this, I keep it either a 1 to 1.5 ratio, or I do a 1 to 2 ratio. And then I'm going to be adding in my Olaplex and get a nice little creamy, not too runny consistency, because I want this to be not really thick, but since the lightener is going to expand, I don't want it to expand over into her ends. If it's too runny, then it's just going to be all over the place and it's going to cause overlapping, and you don't want to overlap because then that causes more bands in the hair and blondes. You already know we're dealing with some kind of banding once you're doing any kind of root touch up, but to reduce all kind of bands or different tones or even hair breaking off because you're overlapping, I want to keep the lightener just a little on the thick side, but not too thick and not too runny as well. So I'm just applying this all at her roots. She has about a 1/2 inch of roots going on, and that's like the perfect root touch up, because like once you go over like a 1/2 inch or 1/2 inch to an inch, then you would definitely have bands in the hair. So yeah, I'm just going in precisely, keeping it, not trying to go too fast because I want to make sure it's not overlapping at all. So I'm just keeping it right at her roots, and I will be back in a few. I will speed this up and you will see later on, because right now I do have the extensions in the dryer drying while I'm coloring her hair, so that way it'll be dry when it's time to install them again. So I'll see y'all in a bit.
Paving this shit crank. Paving this shit crank.
Now the hair lightener is all applied, it is time to go shampoo her in the bowl. So we're gonna go right now, and first I'm going to use my Redken's hair cleansing cream, which is a clarifying shampoo, and then I will go in with the Fanola No Yellow purple shampoo just to kind of get a little bit of that yellow out before I go in and tone her.
Paving this shit crank.
And while I shampoo her with the purple shampoo, I like to let the purple shampoo sit for a couple of minutes while I go mix up the toner. So I let her sit with the purple shampoo on, then I go mix the color, and then I will come back and rinse out her hair and then apply her toner. And for the formula today, I'm using Shea TQ 9V and 9T with a little bit of clear. I believe it's equal parts, or I might just do, yeah. I do half an ounce of 9V and half an ounce of 9T, then 1 ounce of crystal clear, and then you're going to put 2 ounces of the processing solution and give that a good old mixing and go apply it.
Paving this shit crank. Paving this shit crank. Paving this shit crank.
And if you made it this far in the video, thank you. I truly appreciate the support. What was I about to say? Appreciate? I don't know. But I really appreciate the support. And if you haven't already, once again, go like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you follow me on Instagram, add me on Facebook. And yeah, period. Like, let's be friends. Like, why not? So at this point, after I put the plastic cap on her head and let her process for 20 minutes with the toner on, and now the extensions are somewhat dry. They're not 100% dry, but they're probably about 70 to 80% dry. And now I'm just going in and putting on the new tapes. So I would, yeah, and you want to make sure you put it on the side that looks a little rough. You don't want to put it on the side that's shiny. For best results, you want to, yeah, put it on the side that looks rough. And I'm just going in and making sure that I retape all the extensions, so that way the extensions are pretty much prepped and ready for the time I go in and blow dry her, and they should be dry by the time I blow dry her. So yeah, we are almost done here. Like, this, it's a lengthy appointment, but it kind of flows. It pretty much flows. So now the toner is ready, and I'm going to rinse her out, and then I will apply my Olaplex number 2 treatment and let that sit for 10 minutes. And yes, that toner is like, yes, she's about to be back in business. But yeah, once I go in with the treatment, I will go in and shampoo her with one Amika Bond Repair shampoo, and then I go in with my It's a 10 moisture shampoo and conditioner, and then I will meet y'all at the blow drying process so you can see how her toner came out. Snatched.
Paving this shit crank.
Baby girl, she is icy. Like, ooh, period. Okay, come through. I see you. So now it's time to start putting in her tape and extensions. And so what you do, you want to find her part and go off of that. So you'll do a ear to ear part to separate the front and the back, and then you will part exactly where she parts her hair, so that way you can know how far to put the tapes from. So I'm just sectioning off her hair right now, and then I will get into the extensions. And don't try to come for me or my client. I know she definitely needs a trim. I've been telling her that, but I can't force somebody to cut their hair. Like, you don't want nobody to cut your hair if you don't want to cut it. But yes, I told her just definitely we need a trim done, honey. But she just been rocking these extensions for a while, so I guess she don't really want to cut her hair. She's trying to grow it out, but I'm like, you still gotta take care of your hair. Like, at the end of the day, you always need to still keep up with your hair trims, because that's the only way that your hair will grow healthy and even. So yeah, she definitely need a haircut, but it's all good. Most people oppose them, but you know, what can you do? You can't put a gun to their head and say, you gonna get this haircut. Nah, it don't work like that, baby. So now let's get into how I position or place the tape ins. First, I do one, as you saw, I did one in the nape, and then two kind of anchored on the sides in a diagonal section, so that way when she pulls her hair up, it don't be like sticking out. Like if I did them straight across, then you would pretty much see them whenever she goes to pull her hair up. So you want to make sure you kind of keep it at a slight angle around like the hairline, and you see how I pulled it up, and you can kind of see that it's like you just pretty much can't see it. So you always want to make sure that you are going with the curvature of their head, so that way it can be seamless and blend and look as natural as possible. And as you can see here, I'm going to pull it up as if I was making a ponytail, and that way you can see how it is seamless, like you can't see them at all. And now I'm going in with my little flat iron, and you want to just tap where the tape is for like 2 or 3 taps, and that way it can further be like sealed and it's not going anywhere until it's time to remove them for the next appointment. And as I go up the head with the tape ins, I'm kind of doing like a brick lay placement. So you just want to look at your, like, once you finish one row, the next row you kind of want to counteract where you place the different tapes. So you're definitely doing like a brick lay pattern as you go up the head.
Paving this shit crank.
So now all of her tape-ins are applied and installed. You see how her hair just blends so good with this. Like, I be doing my thing when it's time to color it. But yeah, her hair is pretty much almost the same length as the extensions. It's just not as full. So, but now I am going in with some curls, popping in some curls in for her finished style, and then I will turn her around so she can see how she's looking, even though she know how it's gonna turn out, because this isn't her first time getting her hair done by me. We kind of been doing these extensions for a while, and she just keep on coming regularly. I do recommend that if you are getting either a bleaching tone, or you do your color retouch, root touch-ups, and do extensions, you always want to make sure it's between 6 to 8 weeks. If you're doing just strictly extensions, then you can go maybe a little bit longer with maybe like 10 weeks for your extensions. But definitely make sure you do keep coming in regularly, because you can kind of damage your hair if you're keeping it in super long, because as it gets longer, then it's kind of like more tension, or it can get wrapped around or tangly. Pretty much just basically just come in regularly to get your extensions done and your color done as well. But yeah, so here's me curling her hair, and then I will show you all the finished styles and turn her around, and you can see how it all came out to be. And I'm just curling her with my Babyliss. I believe this is a 1.5 inch or 2 inch curling iron. Yeah, but I love that iron. And then spraying her with my Kenra's volume spray.
Paving this shit crank.
And to finish her off, I will be applying some Olaplex oil to rake through the curls and to separate her curls, and just run my fingers through with the Olaplex, just so that way any frizz or Olaplex oil is really good. I really love this product, but doesn't it look so nice and creamy blonde and just full? Yes, like, oh my gosh. Of course, I have to turn around and show her. She's like, ew. She loves it. I love doing her hair too. But yes, make sure you go like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next video.